2011 we released our debut album Dead Ends. This video is some insights into our time recording that record.
The album Dead Ends has obviously meant a lot to me. Like, I love the album. I downloaded it when it first came out. Joined the band like 2 or 3 weeks afterwards, and it's a really, really good album, in my opinion. Which I'm allowed to say because I didn't write it. It's not big-headed, I promise.
It's the locking in, I think.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Ready?
Yeah.
Writing wise, we just sort of all wrote individually, and then all just took our ideas to Hutton's house, where we sort of tracked in and demoed them as a band. And that's when we write the music first, and then DeBear throws his vocals on. But we demoed the whole thing, like start to finish, and took that into the studio. We didn't want to leave anything to the studio, just because we didn't really know what it was going to be like at the time. I think we're a bit more open to it now, but at the time we wanted to walk in with an album we'd be happy to walk out with. And then the things that changed were just sort of bonuses, really.
What about another straight on one but not in that pose? We want to do it where we're not.
First part of the writing process, the lyrics and the music are all fairly separate. I actually write the lyrics a lot of the time just completely separate to the music, and then I'll get a rough demo from one of the guys, and I'll try it out with some of the lyrics I've got, see if they fit. Sometimes it can end up changing the music depending on which lyrics we use, and sometimes the music ends up changing the words, or and other times it's just a good fit from the beginning. But we just kind of go with what seems to fit.
I did one. Oh, I got a heart and spit on me.
We recorded the album at Outhouse Studios in Reading.
Down in Reading,
with
M25 every day for a few hours.
It was tracked by Ben Humphries, with a little help from his friend James,
And
mixed by John,
the genius that is
the
John
maverick
Mitchell.
John Mitchell.
See if you can get it to squeal on the 3, 4. That's great.
So we turned up to the studio with just all the gear we had at the time. I had an Engel Powerball at the time, and I had a PV65 5 Plus. We ran through all the options, tried out loads of different things, and in the end we settled on the PV. Yeah, it sounded great in the end. Just got exactly what we were going for at the time, which was just basically a really heavy but kind of clear tone. Where does he live? Tracked it all on your Ibanez RG? Yeah, just on my Ibanez. We're both just most comfortable playing out of the two, really. It wasn't really a quality thing. Just had a Seymour Duncan Blackout put in it, which made everything sound bright and amazing. The Seymour Duncan Blackout is the only bit of gear we still now use from all of that
Everything else has changed.
For the album drums, I used the Mapex kit, which is a 14-inch snare drum, 22-inch kick, 12-inch top tom and a 16-inch
floor. It was a process I enjoyed. I think everyone enjoyed it. It's nice to see songs that you've worked on take shape properly. You can get an idea of the song in a demo, but until you record it properly, you don't know exactly what it's going to sound like. name Dead Ends was actually came before the song and before most of the album. Me and Dean were having a chat, and he said, have you got any ideas for the name of the album? And that was one of the ones I had bouncing around, and Dean liked it. So, and we just ran. That was sort of when the idea of Dead Ends started to take shape. About halfway through the album writing process, probably. So from there, we picked up on the sort of, I guess you could call it escapism theme of Dead Ends, sort of getting away from our hometown. I think that's when we introduced that idea first. And then we begin to make an effort to tie the rest of the album into that. Lyrically, it's not all about that. I don't want to say diverse. It's probably not a very diverse lyrical album at all, really. It's an angry album lyrically, angry and frustrated at a whole heap of different things. But I guess anger ties it all together. It's sort of the umbrella of frustration and wanting something different to what you got. And then, as I said, we just sort of we didn't want a concept album, but we tried to tie it all together to give it a
bit of identity,
to give it some shape, to give the album an identity. And I'm pleased with how we achieved that. I'm very proud of the album and the impression it leaves, and the song's still, it's gone more than a year since we wrote the album, but I guess it still talks to me. Like I still believe what I say when I sing those songs.
The initial idea for the artwork came from a little trip me and Dean took into Welwyn Garden Town Centre.
Yeah, I just made like the resulting thing we had, but out of cardboard, and
we just made the birth of the H.
Yeah, quite a bit smaller.
Just a little cardboard mock-up of the
And
H.
we just went out just one night into a town, took photos of you around town with it, didn't we?
Yeah.
Just to see what it looked like. Really.
And we really liked the vibe, didn't we? Just the kind of feel it had to it. So that gave us the idea, but then we knew where we wanted to take it from there. It needed to be honed from there.
So we got a guy called Alex Gregory in, and we took him and a bunch of friends, and even my little niece Macy, who was like not even 2 years old at the time. We hoped that she'd end up being the artwork, but it just didn't really come out as well.
It's like a Mothercare advert.
Yeah.
But it was fun to shoot though.
Yeah, it was funny. So, none of those ever got used in the end.
No.
So then,
just a couple of months before I joined the band, the guys asked me down to help out with some artwork, and basically went around some really just shitty areas of Welwyn Garden and held up a H full of things. Alex Gregory shot a couple of photos for us.
We took Monty with us because he was just a mate at the time, so he's in a few of the pictures, but then he ended up in the band, and like the stage scrims we have, that's actually Monty's hands that are in that, so we never really expected that to happen when we shot the pictures.
Dead Ends has given us a really cool opportunity to get out and play lots of shows to lots of new people, and to go around the country and tour, which is all we've ever really wanted to do.
We're in Manchester.
We are at Camden Underworld, the last day of the Biohazard tour.
We're in Glasgow.
We're just hanging out in the Forum, HMV Forum in London. We are sound checking in Birmingham.
Big wide world of Stoke. And doing the whole touring cycle has been crazy. I mean, this is a totally different aspect that I pick up from it. You know, a lot of the guys have sort of certain attachments, certain tracks. They sort of like certain things about the album, and they don't like other things because they're sort of, you know, like what they were experiencing at the time, and what the subjects of the songs are, and things like that. And I'm a lot more removed from that sort of area of the writing.
and we didn't really expect to have the year we ended up having, touring-wise. I mean, we ended 2011 with Supporting Architects, and now we're here now with Biohazard, and we're moving on to Attack Attack in March. We've been to Europe as well, and it's just been a really good touring cycle of the album.
Yeah.
Something that I think none of us actually expected to do.
No, definitely not. We used to joke about Supporting Architects, like crack up in our shitty little van in Europe. We'd be driving around saying, imagine supporting someone like Architects.
And even like I think we played Bristol Academy 2 at the beginning of 2010, and we looked at the big room and went, oh, it'd be great to play there, wouldn't it?
Yeah, everything has just been, yeah.
And then what, 11 months later, we did it. So it's been a good year for touring.
When we were recording the video for Eye for an Eye on the cliffs of Cornwall, there was a lady in the distance. Yeah. And while we were filming, she fell over, so we all ran over to see what was going on. And when we got over there, it turned out that she downed lots. I can't remember how much.
Like packets and packets.
Like 40 paracetamol or something. She was trying to kill herself. And if we hadn't been there filming our video that day, she would have died because she wasn't wearing much. It was really cold. It was bitterly cold. But we weren't really supposed to be there at all. No one was supposed to be there that day on that weird little remote bit of cliff. So
National Trust sort of came and found us and then let us stay there
because we lied and told them we were students.
But if they hadn't done that, we wouldn't have been there either. So
yeah.
A long sequence of events.
It was kind of just weird to think that if we hadn't been there, she would have died.
Yeah.
But that's just a story we tell when we talk about the shooting of that day.
For Lost and Alone, we went with a guy called Alex Gregory, who did our album artwork. That's how we got to know him, it was a really good experience working with him. He really knows what he's doing. I think we click with him creatively. He kind of gets us. He gets what we want to do and what we want things to look like. And he's really easy to work with. And we had a good couple of days recording that video in our bassist Alex, his mum's ex-boyfriend's mum or something like that, in her house a couple of days. Babs, if you're watching, big love, Babs. I know there must be more than this. Lungs collapse under the weight. Cries fall on different air. We spent a couple of days in the house doing that. Again, it was a lot of hard work. It was all a lot more structured the second time round. We had sort of a certain number of shots we had to take, and we had an order that we were going to do things in, and we had a couple of actors in the second day, which was another new experience for us. And I think on the whole, we were more pleased with how it came out.
So we turned up and we found out that the carpet we were playing on was Cliff Richard's, which is pretty much the coolest thing we've ever played on.
didn't really shoot a video for that. It was just kind of a collection of footage that we'd built up over the year. We like to try and take photographers out on the road with us to try and document things. So far we've worked with a guy called Stephen Preble over at Set Sail Studios, and also Jordan Green. So the video is a combination of footage shot by those two guys over the course of a few tours over the year, and put together actually just by Dean. We're pleased with how it turned out. It's I think we kind of just wanted something to show people where we're at these days, sort of, and I think it's cool to look back over this and be reminded of some of the shows we've played over the year. We played a lot of cool shows, and you can see the fun we have live, I think, in that video.
The people we used to be, I'm dead to you and me. The people we used to be, I'm dead.